So this portion, the first portion of astrology, members, that will be in your section. Now we're going to get into the tarot oracle messages of this Scorpio vibes. I will just let you all know this about this energy right now. And once again, if this is the first time coming across my channel, I am Goddess High Priestess Empress Ada La Pantera. Welcome all. Okay. We currently have a Scorpio oversoul portal active right now with the sun in Scorpio, moon in Scorpio, Mercury in Scorpio, that is retrograde, Venus in Scorpio, Lilith in Scorpio, Haumea in Scorpio. This is basically your rebirth corridor here, collective, where everything hidden is now a mirror. Everything avoided becomes unavoidable. Everything you are becomes amplified. All right. So really take note of what we have going on here, especially when it comes to any connection that is not energetically pure gets exposed or dissolved. Any connection that is faded, collective, becomes impossible to ignore. So this is why you may feel someone energetically pressing forward, even if they are physically silent, for some of you here, okay? This is a time of no more half-truths, no more suppressed desires, no more denial, no more pretending, no more wounded feminine energy, and feminine as an energy, and not so much the gender, not the gender, more so as an energetic frequency. This is a time of reclaiming your sexual sovereignty, emotional sovereignty, psychic sovereignty, relational sovereignty, energetic sovereignty. Okay? I want to see what messages we have here for the collective from my cards. We go into the oracle, the tarot, and then we'll go through the messages for each sign. And we shall take it from there. May you all be well. Let's look into the vibes. I want to open up the chat on this side so I can see it clearly. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, Zala. Come on into the chat. Let me know what's the vibes. Welcome, my loves. Once again, the other portion has the astrology information, which is in the members section. Okay. Let me see what messages we have here for the collective with this Scorpiocentric Stellium Vortex. What's going on? Talk to me. Ooh, what we got? We got Urus, the rune Urus. Welcome, Evie. We got the rune Urus, which has to do with power, manhood, a wild bull, ending and new beginning, and in rebirth fashion, Scorpio fashion. We got the rune Urus that also represents rebirth, the old life that's being transformed into the new, especially when it comes to giving power to the material thought about outer form things. Okay, basically the essence of Baal. Clearing out the reproof of God. Seeing oneself as an extension of that source power. And not that it's just external to oneself. We got Saturn and Scorpio coming out here. Okay. This could also pertain to the message here for the collective, rites of passage in regards to physical health, rites of passage into adulthood, also healing, vigor, manifestation, formation, the rune Urus. You can utilize that and work with it during, ooh, just popped my neck, felt so good. You can use the Urus rune in the house of health, 6th house energy. Okay, if you've had a reading with me in the past, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Saturn and Scorpio showing up here. Whether you have this placement, it speaks to the transmutation of power by going through lessons of power and control, to attain the gift of emotional alchemy and shadow authority. If you are someone with the Saturn and Scorpio placement, you are the karmic surgeon gifted in emotional excavation, trauma work, and soul transformation. Your power resides in transmuting the hidden into strength. Your affirmation: I walk through death to rebuild truth. I am the alchemist of the unseen. And truthfully, this is an energy for right now with all these placements that we have, all these planets that we currently have in the sign of Scorpio. But let me see what else coming through here for y'all for real. We got the number 2151. Clearing out this energy of feeling insignificant, worthless, shaking this off here. The gal who prevails, eyes of fire, Mercurial 144. These are just the values that this number 2151 shows up in the gematria. Someone here is an extremely wise teacher, quartz warrior. You could be someone who's highly invested in different type of quartz crystals. The one who came to save yourself. The one who came to save. All right. You want to save others, you have to save yourself first, so that way that energy expands and radiates from within, so without. That's a whole universal law to listen. Then we got the rune Jera. 1 year, patience, cycles, times, orbits, proper effort, psychological time. Somebody is on some psychological time. And therefore, being on psychological time, anyone that is truly in the position of being focused on, taking you off track, the way this Scorpio energy is set up right now, that shit ain't happening no more. And if you are someone who is attempting to hold on to things, people, and situations that no longer serve you, that shit's going to be physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever other the other situations are, leads and whatever, unbearable. So yeah, no. Okay, we not, because when I tell you, this is the type of portal where, I'm not saying this to make anybody afraid or scared, because that's not what the fuck we do here. We speak the truth and we keep it moving. This is the type of energy that people can't withstand the intensity and physically won't get the fuck up on out of here. It's that level of intensity. Or mentally. Physically, mentally, emotionally. This is why it's important to know thyself, which is why I'm such an advocate for the language of the heavens. The language of the heavens, astronomy, the language, astrology. People could say whatever it is that they desire to say, but that lack of knowledge, as it says it in everyone's biblical text that has one, my people perish for the what? The lack of knowledge, the lack of knowing, the absence of knowing. Aquarius is knowing. Aquarius is the star card. Aquarius has to do with astrology. And it tells people to walk into the house of the water bearer. That constellation of Aquarius is a whole water bearer. Come on now, let's get with this. Let's come on now, okay? There's so much information, but one has to be wise enough to notice, be aware, and utilize it appropriately. That's all. But I got you. This is what we're here for. This is what I'm here for. I got you. Okay. Now with this rune here, this speaks of fertility, creativity, and harmony with the land. I'm saying that more so as harmony with your body first and foremost. Prepare this winter, fall and winter, because that's going to connect to your summer harvest. As this rune also indicates, I'm saying rune, R-U-N-E, Jera, J-E-R-A. This is what came out here. Summer harvest was winter's food. So this is a foreshadow type of energy at this time as we are approaching the winter season, depending on the hemisphere that you're on, obviously. There's certainly an initiation of gradual and lasting change in the flow of life, not against it. Let me pull a few more here. See what we got going on. The number 513 is showing up. 135. That's the 9 completion. We got Tahuti showing up here. Ooh. And it's Wednesday. Tahuti's also connected to Mercury. But as a frequency, Thoth as a frequency band of cosmic intelligence, this is speaking to pure logos, the word before the word, hermetic mind, the architecture of reality, the emerald grid memory, Akashic intelligence embedded into form. So you could be someone that has Atlantean energies and you're here for that continuity. The part of you that is the part of you remembering the golden age, which is the age of Leo. We're currently in the age of Aquarius, so that makes total sense. This is obviously, y'all, this ain't y'all first time here with Thoth showing up. Listen. This hurts recycle. Recycle. Listen, y'all always show up here in this timeline with this level of frequency as someone who carries the self-awareness when it comes to the memory of the universe, before there was even humans on planet Earth. Choosing to incarnate with this Thoth Tahuti message coming through here, you chose to incarnate as a scribe, or architect, a priest, mathematician, and magician. However, in which way or area of your life you manifest this, or you work through this. You have an ability to attune to a dimension of consciousness that writes itself into existence. This is you, collective, right now, embodying the vibration that translates into symbols, and symbols that translates into matters. You could be someone who's into I Ching, gene key, harmonics, 13 gates of a fucus, the 22 paths of the tree could be of significance here for some of you. Yeah, we getting right up and through there. Yeah. Ooh, that's a big stack. Are we taking all of these? Yeah. Okay. The next, we got another rune showing up. So this is 5, 13, and 23, the numbers that are showing up here. Okay, some of you are here right now in this particular timeline as an agreement when it comes to reconciliation. Reconciliation with someone that aligns with your journey in whichever area of your life that may resonate with you, for you. Remembering that the journey is the destination. You may want to write that down. The journey is the destination. Some of you could be attaining a new vehicle, as this rune Rado also has to do with movement, transportation. Okay. Trust your inner compass when it comes to making moves. If something is restricted, that is divine protection, divine redirection. Remember and remain living in the present. What in the world was that? Okay. Let me get a mystic Martian card here real quick. Because the way that just came through. Y'all heard that? The way that sounded just now? Let me see. Let me see who's showing up. Who is that? Yo, what? My peoples in them. Yes, home. Yes. Look at this. Hold on. I'm going to show you right now. So who is that? Because it sounded as though there was a transmission coming through there. And it was just 1411 on the timer. And look at the card numbers. 4 and 11. Lyrans, Andromedans. Free will, manifestation, autonomy. Yeah, there's something here about you being able to call in your desires automatically. You just have to shift. Okay, so just shift the perception. All right, so I got you. Okay. I got it. Say less. So that's what we're doing here. Pleiadians is also at the bottom of the deck. You're in a position of protection. You are protected at this time. Yeah, you're protected at this time, collective. Just remain brave here. Let me see. They making me move fast than a motherfucker just now. Okay. That's because of after this reading this Thoth energy. So once you have clarity of your ability to embody vibration that translates into symbols and symbols that translates into matter, things are going to begin to move much faster here for you. Okay. Yeah, we got the Hermit, retreat and recharge, rest, so that way there could that integration process can happen, because with this here, the Hermit showing out, somebody at work could be showing out, but they're doing this with purpose. They could be inspiring you to take the appropriate actions when it comes to doing what you have to do for you, in a sense. I'm also getting that some of you are in a position of settling a karmic debt with a coworker or in matters of work with someone, especially if someone is abusing their power. That once you observe, retreat, and recharge, you do the integration process of the masculine and feminine within you. It's as if it sends off a signal of, all right, we're going to whoop these people ass because they doing too much. What is happening? Yeah, it got to be. It has to be. Because look at this. Why would this come out next? Be graceful in movement and action. But that's a whole shallow and master with the whole dragon in the back. He could Hadouken anybody at any given moment. Okay. Let me see. What's this? What's next? The Stargazer. Set your sights higher. Wow. HSS? What is that? Why does that sound? Anyway, we ain't getting into it. We ain't getting into all that. Okay. Resonate. That's for you, honey. Okay. So, someone you know, but just aligning with source signal. So you're about to be aligned with someone you know. This just the signal. The signal is you gotta let that shit go. Okay. The number 7 could be of significance. 120. Something is hidden. Somebody's disguise. What? Fulfillment and rest. This could be why you're seeing 7s a lot. You could be someone who has a strong connection to ancient Kemet. You're in a position right now to handle deep-rooted issues and solve them by asking one question. Asking and answering to yourself one question. Are these seeds bearing fruit? Whatever these deep-rooted issues, because some of you, it might be bearing fruit, but just spoiled as fruit, you know? Forgive them for they know not what they do, because that forgiveness is more so for you more than it is for them. Because if you're holding on to any type of bitterness, frustration, all that other stuff, that's just gonna continuously decay your roots. We have here the letter H coming out, which came out yesterday as well. So the letter H is very significant, or somebody could be a life path 8. Some of you could be meeting people that are life path 8, which means you're in the process of transformation, which means that a whole bunch of your shitload of trauma is coming to the surface. Because you are an ancient soul warrior of source and not to be played with. So you've been in positions where people might have played with you just for you to see who you truly are, to not to be played with. So you might have seen the consequences. Yeah. Blossom in justice and abundance. 2355, 1155 could be of significance. Revolutionary spirit within you is awakening to deeply rooted ancient abilities through deeply rooted wounds. So the deeply rooted wounds, you want to know more about that, the essence of that for you. Chiron placement. We have Ophiuchus showing up here. Okay, the serpent bearer. You're the one who holds the wisdom. You're the one who you activate people even when you're going through your shit. You activate people's remembrance and awareness of the truth of themselves, the depths of themselves as you're going through what you experience. Okay? Some of you may have a Saturn in Aquarius, so you're coming up to your, you just had your Saturn return. If you are someone with Saturn in Aquarius, this speaks of boundaries for collective evolution. Oh, and you may have encountered people who may have been involved in situations against you of slander, defamation. There are grave consequences for them doing that. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. People doing too much. Where their own attempts to control or harm has now become the chains of their own downfall. Some you may find out that someone is getting locked up, lost a home, or has a grave illness because of that. With this Saturn Aquarius energy, your gift is of innovation with integrity. You are the systemic liberator. As a Saturn in Aquarius, you are here to rebuild society from the future, higher dimensions. As a master of Saturn in Aquarius, this grounds radical ideas into usable systems. You carry the blueprint for liberation through structure, Saturn Aquarius. Your affirmation is I code the future. Somebody could be certainly be into coding. I code the future. I build networks of awakened minds. Love to hear it. Someone didn't know that you are the embodiment of protective frequency, a soul judge, holding the line until karmic justice locks into place. This is what I mean about your presence alone is all that matters when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, people attempting to move a certain way because they're not doing anything towards you and they feel that way because you're in the presence of the situation. But this is what I mean when you are aware of your energetic currents cosmically that you embody, you can see this entire game and play it differently instead of the game playing you. Okay? Let me see what the tarot is saying. Because this is getting a little juicy. JF could be of significance. Initials. Okay. Oh. Let me see. Show me what the vibe is. What's the current situation here for the collective? Also, if you're looking to book a personal, yes, we are open for personals. Be sure that when I respond back to you, know that this is an investment you are making on yourself. So don't, expect to see the value in the situation, okay, in the exchange. And read the email thoroughly because the way you answer is going to determine whether we move forward, okay? The current energy is the Strength card. Leo energy showing up in his mind. Okay. So, why do we have this here? Well, the Strength showed up twice with the Lyrans. Let me as a Lyran, that truly means that you're in a position of mind and heart coherence. Okay? Brain and heart coherence. Therefore, you're able to manifest quite quickly. It's on the moment you say something, it's not even an hour before you see it show up. An hour is actually too fucking long. Truly. Okay? With the Strength card showing up here, this could have to do with some form of leadership. Some of you are certainly gifted healers. Current position of purity of thought and heart, especially in matters of the spiritual. This could also indicate lust or animal instincts that are popping up here for some of you, especially with the here. Cheers. Is there something here that you are in a position to be in a state of celebration, but that's not what's actually happening? Where you had a declaration fulfilled? What others, what can be called a wish, a declaration fulfilled? Right now, the current situation is that you're being reminded to stand strong in what it is that you know when it comes to your desires and to remain as steady as you are designed to be, okay? To bring compassion to your own situation. Allow your confidence right now. The current situation is either to continue to allow your confidence to guide you forward or do so. What's the challenge here? Welcome, y'all. I know that's right. Ooh, the challenge here is the Magician. Oh, so something is in the way. Due to the fact that the Magician has to do with you having all of the tools to bring in your desires, but something's in the way. That could be a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or something about your passions. When I say Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, what could be in the way has something to do with your identity, your willpower to go towards what it is that you embody based on who you truly are, because your identity is going to determine the steps that you take. Whatever it is that you claim to be is going to determine the steps that you take moving forward. And right now, there could be some type of friction when it comes to your I am, I will, and I see. Do you see the truth of you? Are you being honest with yourself? This was the message that was coming up yesterday. If you don't know what you're watching, you getting blocked. That's someone who doesn't have discernment. So that could be of significance. Check in with your discernment. Lock in with your discernment. Why is the Magician a challenge? Let me see. The Death card. Nothing but major. Yo! $131, 11, 13, 1. Okay. Yeah, something has to end. There's obviously something here that has to end. Knight of Cups. This could be a relationship that some of you are in, Pisces. Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. There's two ways of looking at this. There's a situation, a romantic situation that it's time for it to end completely. On another end, it's time to allow yourself to receive that which you are, that which you truly are calling in, that fires you up. Let me get one more. Temperance, yo. For some of you, there is an ending to a situation as soon as we enter Sagittarius season, whether you're prepared to see it. Go experience it. The end of this situation, in order for you to bring in what it is that you desire with this Magician here, you as the creator of your own reality, in connection to infinite abundance, eternal abundance of prosperity, something's going to significantly change going into Sagittarius season. That's not far. That's within 72 hours, depending on degrees of the sun, 21st to the 22nd. What's at the basis of this? We about to MacGyver this whole thing, baby. We are about to MacGyver this whole thing. What I mean by that is I'm not going in the order that I would usually go with this Celtic spread. Because right now I would be going to the foundation of this reading. However, I want to look to see what's in the environment. What is this in the environment? We got the King of Pentacles. This can have to do with your finances. A Taurus. Whoa, that was a lot of cards. How many? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You could be a Taurus closing out a cycle. What about this King of Pentacles? And the 8 of Coins. This has to do with work. There's a massive work opportunity in your environment that you will be getting access to if you allow yourself to go through this transformation. Now let me see what is, because this has to do with what's in the past. So show me that. Show me this in the past. The 9 of Cups, something that you felt as though was a declaration fulfilled or a wish fulfilled. Let me see. Ooh. 9 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups. It's definitely something of the past. Multiple people engaging in multiple situations. Queen of Swords, that's the fucking truth. It's given, enough is enough. Enough is enough. Why are you saying that right now? Let me see. Enough is enough. Yes, 7 of Swords. It's too much. Enough is enough with deceiving oneself about what it is that you truly desire in all areas of your life. Financially, romantically, health-wise, everything. Everything. What's the basis of this? What's the basis of this energy? Figuring out the dynamics of what you want, of what it is that you desire to be engaged in. Because sometimes people can be engaged in situations that have basically a reaction to a traumatic experience, literally with the 10 of Swords. So y'all know I ain't fucking bullshit. That's what the cards are saying. Look this shit up yourself. The basis of this is heavy betrayal. That shit is heavy as ever. Then you got here what's in the immediate past. 9 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups. This has to do with somebody basically going through a high level of denial, deceiving oneself about something that is actually fulfilling them. Somebody's addicted to pain. Someone is literally addicted to pain, and that has to stop. So much so, look at Shorty with her hand in a lion's mouth. Someone's name could be Daniel or Danielle. Okay? So. Because you have a massive opportunity, financial opportunity here. Because some of you, your finances are being blocked because of a relationship or relationships that you are engaging in. You're not going to be able to move forward financially. 2005 could be of significance. Moving forward financially reflects the type of connections and people that you are surrounded by. It's currency, it's energy, it's worth, it's value. Because once again, tell me who you're with and I'll tell you who you are. That's nothing to play with. You feel me? So, what's crowning this energy? Show me what's at the forefront of this collective's mind here. Let's get to work. Show me what's at the forefront. This is blocking your vision. Not seeing that it's time to move forward. Not seeing the pathway to change your destiny, that you have access to shift your destiny. The Wheel of Fortune with Anubis, another underworld energy showing up. 33:44 on the timer. You literally have okay, so some of you could have the essence of Thoth and Anubis surrounding you as a frequency to help you to master and see through this uncomfortable situation. Now that I'm seeing the Hangman, because the Hangman is also in connection to the number 33 vertebrae of the spine, but going into a descended fashion, or why is that word leaving me right now? But just to go through a spinal extension, in a sense, is what allows you to rise yourself up from the situation and really process the wisdom that is to be gained through this. Here, let me see. Some of you are strongly looking for answers in this message here. Because being drawn to the actual word tarot on the Wheel of Fortune card. So with that being said, if you are someone who highly depends on external advice, it's really time for you to go within and align with the messages that you have within yourself. Because what I'm picking up on is an energy that could be going all over the place looking for different answers, and it can cause a level of confusion within the self. So just be very mindful of that. You know exactly what you're supposed to do, the way you are to move. And if you are, let's say you are looking into different messages and things of that nature, what that's actually showing you is how scattered your mind is when it comes to making decisions. Just to, pull away a bit from the seeking of advice from so many external situations. Let's wheel it in as to what's going on internally. Internally, you have so many different avenues as to how to go about this. But the how belongs to source. So it seems as though you could be over analyzing something. Okay, show me. The Queen of Wands. You could be over analyzing your purpose. The most simplest route is the direction to go. The simplest route is the direction to go. So let's say you are in a position where you are wondering what's the best way for you to increase your finances, especially the way this is showing up here. Okay. With this as an opportunity, Taurus, Virgo, you have to know your value and what habits you are willing to partake in. But you must first know that it's not as hard as you're making it to be. It's not as hard as you're making it to be. Speaking of allowing the energy to rise, because now I'm getting the energy of the Christ oil with the wheel, and the wheel's not turning because it requires oil. Something about that. This could also be significant to a vehicle as well. There's things that you do that are connected to what you enjoy doing, but the way that you could possibly be perceiving it could be blocking monetary currency from coming in the way it actually can. It's a mixture of having fun doing what you love, but also stress the fuck out because you're wondering, how you're gonna do this or pay that, and no. That puts you in the in-between, and what is destined to come towards you effortlessly, you create friction from it doing so. So no more of that. Okay? Just enjoy what you do, because money is certainly feminine. It's a feminine frequency indeed. So if you want that frequency to open up to you so it's enjoyable, you have to be able to relax and enjoy what it is that you're doing. And if there are more things than you desire to be doing that are not enjoyable, then obviously it's time to go to the drawing board and figure this shit out. Okay? But I'm really seeing here with the Wheel of Fortune, the Queen of Wands, that your purpose is certainly at the forefront of your mind, your destiny, what to do next. Look at your North Node. Study your North Node, y'all. That's going to really be of assistance, big time. Yep. The moment you step into the position of looking at your cosmic alignment, the universe got you, literally. Your identity governs your destination. Because Queen of Wands is Aries, and Aries says I am. So whatever it is that you are perceiving in your mind, because this is the crown of the reading, what was at the forefront of your mind, whatever perception you have of yourself, the universe is going to give that to you infinite full, because you see that magic motherfucking wand up there. Okay? What's next? What's next? I love to see it. The Four of Swords, the card of healing, Jupiter and Libra. Healing what exactly? Ooh. Healing your fears when it comes to taking the next step towards what it is that you're passionate about. Precisely that. The next step is healing so you can have the courage to take the next step. A lot of fire energy. Yeah, fire is very significant. That was the current. Leo, strength, fifth house. And again, fifth house also has to do with the type of people you're dating. Y'all got to be careful with these energies you are connecting yourself with, whether if it's through your genital gate, your ear gate, your mental gate, your heart gate. It will either add to your currency of your finances, it'll raise it up, or that shit will have you broke. 4114. You could be seeing that number a lot. 11s, 44s, 41, 14, 14, 41, things of that nature. Stop playing. Because it's literally showing you that you're in a, some of you are really in a position that I'm saying all of that, and look what's at the bottom of the deck. You cannot make this shit up, even if you attempted to. With the whole Leo energy right there too. And all this energy talking about the frequency rising, allowing the oil to rise. The Christ oil doesn't happen during Christmas. Those 2.5 days that you hear about in the Christmas story has everything to do with the energies that you have going on within you. Every time the moon is in your sun sign, you literally go through a rebirth. The Christ oil ascending back into the brain, descending from the brain, going into the sacrum, and then it rises up into Bethlehem, which is your solar plexus, and then it rises within 2.5 days back up to your brain to awaken those dormant cells. That those dormant cells can actually heal everything in your body. But if one is not aware, this is when there's a squandering of energy. Okay. All right. What's the advice for the collective? The advice for the collective, 5 of Pentacles, first deacon Taurus. Everybody says, get out of these. Can't even speak right now. You need to release these habits you have of a scarcity mindset, not having enough, feeling sorry for yourself, all this other shit, or waiting for someone to apologize for leaving you out in the cold, or what. What about this advice with the 5 of Pentacles? Hold on, I'm gonna show you what it means. Yeah, 10 of Wands. Release the burden. Release that shit. Release it. Yes. Why are you telling them that? Release it. Why? Why exactly? Why exactly? Exactly. So that way you can stop doing the shit, the same shit you've been doing over and over again, expecting a different result. So that way you can clear that up, go towards your 1111, go towards your celebration, go towards your happiness, your joy, your bliss, and even the rejuvenation of your inner child. I'm gonna show you what this shit is saying right over here. You got the number 1919 showing up twice. The number 9 showing up 3 times. 11999. That's dope. That's dope right there. So there goes your 5 of Pentacles, feeling left out in the cold, feeling sorry for yourself, or being mad at people who didn't help you out, or whatever they didn't do, what they was, fuck all that. 4422. Drop it. I get it. Have your moment. But I'm gonna tell you something right now. Holding on to that bitterness, that anger, that frustration because of what someone didn't do in the way that the way one felt because of the title of the dynamic and they weren't there is gonna hold you back, especially in this type of energy that we have right now. 44, on the timer collective. Come on with it. Allow these situations to come, allow the intensity of Scorpio to bring all that shit up so you can release it. That's an example of facing your demons. Let all this hurt and pain, this sorrow, these pains and regrets that you have, this anger, frustration, let all that shit come up. Name it so you can heal it. Write it down, burn that motherfucker. Real shit. Because if you keep swallowing that energy, if you keep letting it sit within you, I promise you, it is going to make you physically fucking sick. And enough is enough. Some of you may even have people that you love dearly that you keep telling them this same type of information and they just don't want to get it through their thick ass skulls. Leave them the fuck alone. Leave them alone. Because that level of unconditional love and empathy that you have, it doesn't deserve to be misused because someone doesn't want to listen. You go enjoy your life. Whether that's a mother, father, brother, sister, for some of you, it's your children, if they're of age. But once again, each of us choose a certain dynamic and soul path to evolve. But once you go through the birth canal and you're embedded with the level of fuckery of ideologies and false philosophies, one forgets the true essence as to why they're even here. And therefore unable to drop the burdens or master it and see and through it. You continue to do exactly what they say you shouldn't do. If you truly want to experience this 11/11, this celebration, this has to do with, you celebrating your new business, a new relationship, marriage, and all of that. Look at this. But if that inner child is not free and you don't allow it to go through its rebirth because you're sitting here and in here, this darkness is already lifting. Literally already lifting to the point it is dissolving. So to sit there and latch on to situations that were of this type of energy that you're looking at on the screen right now, because look at the symbol that this person is holding, which is what the Hierophant holds, which is the macro of this micro court card. The Hierophant and the King of Pentacles are both Taurus energy, but this here has to do with Mercury, Sun, and Gemini. The way you are processing your soul's purpose and the thought patterns that you have when it comes to these situations that you are experiencing or that you've learned, it really takes for you to determine for yourself, not from based off what somebody else's story is, because people love to do that shit. Give you advice based off of where they came from. You have to be a supernatural beast and beauty out here to be able to give advice, yes, from your experience, but still be able to see other situations and give them an advice based off of their situations. Because some of y'all be going to people who you are going to advice for, who are afraid of what it is that your purpose is telling you at the forefront of your mind of what you came here to do. Exactly. You do not deserve the debilitation of your mind, your body, your spirit, your essence because someone doesn't see you. Let them stay blind then. Fuck it. It's more than okay. You hear me? Shit. I get passionate about this stuff because I get it. That shit is not easy, but just because it's not easy doesn't mean it cannot be done. A lot of people psych themselves out when this is too hard. This what the fuck you came here for. But you forgot what you came here for. That's why it's so hard. You forgot. But don't allow yourself to keep forgetting, though. That's a choice. There's a part where, you know what I'm saying? This is why the children now that are coming into this world, you see how advanced they are? They will tell you about yourself in a heartbeat, or and give you that knowledge, that cosmic galactic knowledge that people were told to forget or be afraid of, or is blasphemy, or is this and that. People love talking that shit about astrology, but that obviously they don't read the Bible. They don't. Because astrology is all up and through there. Once again. Astrology is the language of the heavens. Astronomy is the heavens. The Bible was written in a way so that way those who knew could hide the information, so that way they can share that information, but however, was still misused by those who knew it and really chose to move in a certain way. So most wouldn't know exactly what was going on within those texts, within those letters, within those books. Let alone all of them are not even there. At least the one that majority have. Because even if the Bible included the book of Thomas and Mary, we wouldn't be having this type of separation and nonsense of debates in regards to astrology and all this other bullshit that people are having right now. At all. But I digress. Tell me more about what's in the environment here for the collective. Okay? Listen. So there's something in your environment that is a massive opportunity, but it's matching your energy if you're in a state of mental conflict. If you are in a state of mental conflict, that opportunity is going to carry that energy, and this is what pulls it away from you. So you're going to have to put these past situations to rest here, okay? As it says here, because you're embarking on a journey of a massive, beautiful celebration of enjoyment of love, of self, and the love of a relationship that some of you are actually going to be in. Some of you are on the verge of meeting your divine counterpart with this 1111 here. 5151. Wow. 5151. Hierophant to the magician. Hierophant to the magician. The magician is right here as your challenge, which means so you're okay. Some of you are literally going through ascension symptoms here. 5211. Yeah, 711. You're going through ascension symptoms. So this could be having you on this high rise of emotions. But through that, this is why it's important for you to get your rest, because it's going to show you exactly what to do step by step through your dreams, even if it's just one detail that you remember from your dream state or a vision that you have when you're okay. The strongest messages come when you are in this vulnerable state that also feels as though is that you are hitting rock bottom. Because you allow yourself to be open to information, and this is when your oversoul is aware, okay, now let's go in. But if you're not aware of these certain levels of the depths of your soul, this is when things become either a level of depression or anxiety because of the lack of awareness as to what is actually happening. Is it thundering right now? Is that what I just heard? Hold up. Let me. It should, yeah. I ain't know it was gonna rain, but shit, it could be the way we delivering this messages. That's that should be happening. I just heard a loud ass rumble. Come on, source. Uh-huh. Let them know what it is, honey. Let's put the angel back. That's Uriel right there. See through the patterns. It's time for you to see through the patterns. Archangel Uriel on the screen. See through the patterns. Okay? Chaos is just raw potential. Raw potential that you have access to when it comes to refining it. Okay? Raw material. Basically, look at chaos as raw material. But if you don't know that that's what that is, then look at that. There's an ad that says New Dawn. Wow. Some of you have an ancestor or a grandparent from 50, at least 50 years ago. Something about 50 years ago is significant to someone. 50, someone could be 50, going through your Chiron return. So your deeply rooted wounds are literally at the surface. If you just recently turned 50 and you've done the work, you could be breezing through this Chiron return for sure. Page of Cups, hopes and fears. Page of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. No, that right there, somebody bike. Motorcycle. Okay. Some of you could be afraid of taking that next step, that of independence, of starting your own business. But I promise you, especially if you've been putting in the work, some of you putting in the work has to do with the experiences that you have recently gone through. Okay. Just know that from what I'm seeing here with the Six of Wands at the bottom of the deck, there's a level of great success here for you, but you're gonna have to release this Three of Swords, this heartbreak, heartache, and you're gonna have to just move forward. And moving forward means you are going to be in a position where not everyone agrees with you, and that's an innovator. No one believes an innovator until they become a consumer. 5550 on the screen. Okay. Show me the outcome here. We getting this message almost under an hour. We lit. Oh shit. The outcome is the Hangman. There goes that. Mr. 33. 10 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Ace of Wands. 10 of Swords. Okay. So 10 of Swords is at the basis of your spread. Let me look at this. Wow. Yeah. There's a... Oof. As I said, the moment you clear yourself from these past energies, because this card, 10 of Swords, is also at the basis of your reading, the foundation of your reading. So your foundation is going through a massive renovation right now. Okay. This could have something to do with the mother figure, the way you were raised. All of that is going through a massive renovation. I just saw 5656, which is 1111. It's 1111 on the screen too. Shit. Okay. Yeah, which is this, the portal. So, ooh, that's heavy. Yeah, that's... With the Death card, the transformation of the trauma into alchemy. It brings up even the past pain that you didn't experience. This is you bringing up past pain. 5737, bringing up past pain from your ancestors for sure. And in doing so, you have one of your ancestors here that brings you a gift. This could be a masculine figure that brings you a gift. Yeah, this is what I mean about some of you about to step into a union here where you are creating your own family. Some of you have a very deep desire for that because of what you've experienced too, I'm seeing here. Or that was the intent behind you starting a family, but you may have gone through a situation where now you were possibly a single parent or not with the person you created children with. It's because there wasn't a clearing of the past energies. But nonetheless, the children that you have with this person chose you two as a vessel for an experience that they're going to have on this planet. The plan, the extraterrestrial planet. This level of pain and betrayal was allowing you to reignite and reawaken your soul memories when it comes to the mysteries of life. You got that, the pyramids there. Either someone is receiving an inheritance or losing a home as a result of this. But you, whatever you're, you feel as though you're losing external to you, whether if it's a house, a car, or anything of that nature, is because it doesn't serve you, your energy. So it has to be removed from you. Okay? Because the past, present, and future is now. Unless the only reason one would not be able to see that is through the notion of not being aware as to the way this actual realm operates. By sitting within the third dimension, seeing them as separate timelines when time is not linear. (60:06) on the timer. There's also a message of someone in here doing so much external work but hasn't reset themselves internally just yet. One thing you won't be able to cheat is a quantum test, ever. 2033 on the time, 8:33. Right. So now, let me see what I got here for each of you. Bop, 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 bop. Donnie Lee Randall, what is you talking about? What is you over here talking about? Do you have a channel where you discuss the information you're stating at this time? We'd really love to know. Your mother passed away July 2025. Been working on selling her home and finalizing her estate. Well, okay. Okay. Hold on. Need to grab me some more water. You need some water. ¿Qué hora es? Son las 8:35. Ok. Bueno. Vamos a ver. I may do a live on TikTok after this. Feeling the energy. Feeling the vibes. Because this new moon in Scorpio. Let me see. Condolences to you, Joey, as well, my love. Okay? Just know you've gained just something you already know. You've gained an angel. Another perspective, angle. 62 on my battery, 62 on the hour. You're most welcome, of course. Okay. So, I said I was going to see what we have for each of you, right? I'm going to go with the signs. And then what I'm going to do after that is I'm going to provide you all with the timeline with information for the next 6 to 12 months, although time is an illusion. But let's play the game. We got the manual. We might as well, you know what I'm saying? Because I have an understanding of the technology here. Might as well utilize it appropriately. What the fuck? Let's go. Let's see. Under this portal with this Scorpiocentric, Stellium Vortex that we got going on with the moon, with the sun, moon. What else we got? Venus, Mercury, Mars is in Sag. Lilith and Haumea in Scorpio. Aries is going to be quick, brief messages for all 13 because we're also going to include Ophiuchus. It is thundering. That is intriguing to me right now because that was not on the forecast, not one bit. Anyway, these people be coming up into this chat. Let me tell you something. All right, play around if you want to. If you know astrology, then you'll be highly aware not to mess with somebody. Yep. Not to mess with somebody with a Saturn and Capricorn in the 6th house. Your whole routine will be fucked up. Your money will be fucked up. All of that. This is what I'm telling you. Okay, let me because people, the way this Scorpio energy, I have a moon in Virgo, the way this Scorpio and the south node in Virgo, the way this Scorpio energy is set up for the collective right now. You see all that type of shit that people be doing to separate the collective and prove their own fucking point is because they're not aware that this Saturn and Neptune movement into Pisces and back going from Aries back into Pisces is dissolving all that shit where people are doing things to prove a fucking point. Just do what the fuck you came here to do. That's why this shit keeps getting destroyed and all this other shit and starting over every fucking time. As a moon in Virgo and a south node in Virgo, I can speak from the core of the planet. And all this shit that people were doing 6606 on the fucking timer. All this shit that people were doing to separate themselves and prove a point where they this and they that, who's this one in that world. Y'all all got it fucked up for real. Live in harmony by being in harmony with yourself and what you came here to do. Okay. Got it thundering and shit. Aries, you are being stripped of false courage and being given real courage. Impulsive action that masks fear is dying. The inner warrior is undergoing surgery, Aries. Sun, moon, or rising. Taurus, your comfort, possessions, and attachment style are under shock rewiring. Anything owned through fear of loss is unstable. True value is internalized now. Gemini, the mask removal. The persona versus true self split is dissolving. Words are weapons or wands. Choose consciously. You can't keep double speaking your path. Cancer, old emotional identities crumble. You are not your past caregiving role, your wounds, or your family's expectations. You're remothering yourself at a higher octave. That would basically the mother becoming the crone. You hear that? Come on now, Source. Leo, validation loops are getting exposed. Any creative expression done for applause instead of pure joy will feel empty now. You are here to only exude real radiance only. And that's not as loud as I can get, honestly, out here. Virgo, control as safety is unraveling. Perfectionism, overthinking, and hyper-responsibility are being purified. Your discernment is turning into sacred service, not self-torment. Libra, the peacemaker, that mask, that shit is burning. You are seeing where balance has been quite self-betrayal. Relationships must now honor reciprocity. No more one-sided emotional labor, Libra. Scorpio, you're at ground zero of this portal. Your shadow, power, and magic are being fully activated. You cannot semi-transform. It's all in or all out. Ophiuchus, shout out to my fellow Ophiuchus energies. Snake priestess codes are coming online, Ophiuchus. Or you're actually is more so of a upgrade. You are transmuting poison into medicine at hyper speed, Ophiuchus. Nobody can hide from your perception, including you. Sagittarius, your philosophy is being tested. Do you live what you teach or only preach it? Live it. This is why I don't fuck with people. Spiritual bypassing is being burned, embodied. Spiritual bypassing, is being burned, and only embodied wisdom will remain. Listen, Capricorn, shout out to the Capricorns. Old structures of identity, work, and status are crumbling where they are misaligned. Authority won't surface where you obeyed instead of led. Capricorn, you are being repositioned into true legacy building. Aquarius, your future self timeline is calling the shots now. Gratitude for the 1111 Cash App, Evelyn. Gratitude, my love. Your future self timeline is calling the shots now, Aquarius. Because Pluto at 1 degrees in your sign says, no more watered down rebellion, only precise reform. You're basically done contorting yourself to fit group dynamics that drain you. If you're going to be a contortionist, do that shit in the bedroom. Don't do that shit for you motherfuckers that don't, you know what I'm saying, deserve you. Bars. Pisces, this is your ocean. Your illusions, drugs, spiritual fog, martyr patterns, and savior fantasies are being rinsed. What's left is your clear sight, clear channel, clear mission. Now, when it comes to heart connections, this Scorpio portal is going to be brutally honest. Therefore, what this type of alignment in the sky does to your connections, it exposes hidden motives, especially around sex power and control. It intensifies telepathy and dream contact. It pulls karmic ties back into your awareness to close the loops. It forces honest emotional confrontation, whether internally or externally. It separates fantasy bond from soul bond. If a connection is real but distorted, it may go silent, distant, or chaotic temporarily to force both of you into shadow work and self-confrontation. If a connection is fake, karmic, or parasitic, it will drain you, feel heavy in your body, trigger anxiety, obsession, or compulsive checking. Not actually move forward, it'll just loop. The unbound truth about divine counterpart energy at this time, the higher self is fully aware. Their higher self is fully aware of you. Their human self is wrestling with self-worth, the cost of change, the fear of not being enough for what they feel with you. This type of energy is pushing each and every one's counterpart, and this, it could be you too, for you as someone's counterpart. This type of energy, okay, is pushing all of you into the Scorpio room in a sense, where you are there to confront where you've played it small, confront where you've chosen comfort over destiny, and confront where you have, your own emotional avoidance. But the role for each and every one of you is not to pull that counterpart through the gate. Your role is to walk through the gate yourself and let gravity recalibrate who can match you on the other side. So for the next 3 months, you can look at it as an ignition point where there will be intense emotional and psychic detox, where you could see or have a realization about who is safe for your heart, body, and magic. Within the next 3 months, there could be sudden endings or deep boundary shifts, a clearing out of physical items, habits, or environments that carry old energy, and a moment of powerful dreams, deja vu, and ancestral communication. So make sure you have a journal to take note of all of these things. 3 to 6 months, this is when you can step into a new creative output or offerings emerge from your shadow work. You may experience a more divine path around your spiritual service or business. Clearer standards in love, no more kinda connections, kinda, well, should I know that other, you will know. Some relationships returning in a changed form or not returning at all. So let me see. February, as of February to about April, May. If there's something from the past that's coming back, it's returning change. If it's not, it's because it's not changed. So don't be forcing shit. 3 to 6 months, an increase in people being magnetized to your field for truth, clarity, and healing. After those 3 to 6, 6 to 12, now this is when you find yourself standing in a different identity. Not the person who went through it. You're no longer that person who went through it, but the person who alchemized it. That's literally what this is here. Okay. Next 6 to 12 months, there'll be a stabilization of consistent spiritual and creative expression. But notice that if one is not aware of this level of energy that you have access to, which you can always have access to, just by you deciding what it is that you desire to do. But now you also have the alignment of the cosmos assisting you with this. Okay. 6 to 12 months, a mirror partner. So this is where a current counterpart upgrades happen or a new soul mirror encounter. A mirror partner who meets the version of you that chose truth over comfort. So let's say coming into next spring, into the summer, this is where you know, if you're in a situation right now, it could advance into a higher level of commitment, whatever your perception of marriage is. Although by natural law, once you sleep with someone, you're married. Just saying. It's a lot of marriages out there. 77:44 on the timer. Okay. But yes, you could be experiencing a mirror partner who meets the version of you that chose truth over comfort. And there will be more visibility, more leadership, more responsibility on your terms. Time for y'all to boss up in plain simple terms. It's time for you to boss up. Okay. And just know right now you are in the threshold of only what is true may remain. And only who can meet you in truth may stay as you walk through the gate of full sovereignty. Now, if you don't, an example of you not doing so, of being in your truth and walking through the gate of full sovereignty, is that you encounter another situation or scenario relationship where you feel as though you're being fucked over. Just know that they are mirroring you. They're just reflecting you back to you. So now you make the decision as to the way you're going to move moving forward. Okay? I love you all very much. Okay? I will see you on the next live. If you are a member of the channel, you'll have a little bit more in-depth information of the astrology and breaking down what that means, what each section means. The members section, stay tuned to the messages that you'll be receiving within the next 48 hours. Make sure y'all are taking note of the messages. I'm gonna give y'all some journal prompts. You're gonna see it. You'll see what you got going on. Gratitude, Joey. Much love to you. Much love to you. All is well. You'll get everything situated for sure. Yeah, for sure. Just trust your intuition. The way that thunder rumble said boom, 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 boom. Four. That's foundation homes. But the way that it did it twice, intuition too. Okay. And all is well. I love you. Ciao.